Prometheus, the Titan who changed humanity forever, a world without fire. Before humanity knew warmth, before tools were forged, and before civilization took shape, the world of mortals was cold, dark, and fragile. Humans lived at the mercy of nature, unable to cook food, craft metal, or protect themselves from the dangers that surrounded them. Above them, high on Mount Olympus, the gods lived in comfort, power, and abundance. Among the divine beings was a Titan whose heart leaned toward humanity. His name was Prometheus, a figure of foresight, intelligence, and quiet rebellion. This is the story of how Prometheus defied the gods, stole fire, and forever altered the fate of humankind. The Titans, the gods, and a shift in power. In the earliest age, the universe was ruled by the Titans, ancient beings of immense power. Over time, a great conflict erupted between the Titans and the younger Olympian gods, led by Zeus. This war, known as the Titanomachy, ended with the Titans' defeat and the Olympians' rise to power. Prometheus, unlike many Titans, sided with Zeus during this conflict. His intelligence and strategy proved invaluable, and as a result he was spared the harsh punishments inflicted on other Titans. Yet Prometheus soon realized that the new rulers of the cosmos did not share his compassion for mortals. Prometheus and the creation of humans. Ancient sources describe Prometheus as a creator and teacher of humankind. In some traditions, he shaped humans from clay and breathed life into them. He taught them how to read the stars, count numbers, build shelters, and understand the natural world. However, despite these gifts, humans remained weak. They lived without fire, the most powerful tool of survival. Fire was strictly controlled by the gods and kept from mortals, ensuring humanity's dependence and inferiority. Prometheus saw this as unjust. The deception at Mythology. The tension between Zeus and Prometheus came to a head during a sacrificial feast at Mythology. Prometheus was tasked with dividing a great ox into portions, one for the gods and one for humans. Using cunning, he wrapped the best meat in unattractive hides and disguised bones with shining fat. Zeus chose the portion that looked appealing and discovered too late that he had been deceived. Furious at the trick and the insult, Zeus punished humanity by withholding fire entirely. This was the moment Prometheus decided to act. The theft of fire. Unable to bear humanity's suffering, Prometheus devised a daring plan. He climbed Mount Olympus in secret, approached the divine forge of Hephaestus, and stole a spark of sacred fire. He hid it inside a hollow fennel stalk and carried it down to the mortal world. With fire, everything changed. Humans could now cook food, keeping disease at bay. They could forge tools and weapons, build homes, and gather safely at night. Fire became the foundation of civilization. Technology, art, and progress all trace back to that stolen flame. Prometheus had given humanity independence. Zeus's wrath. When Zeus discovered the theft, his anger was absolute. This was no simple act of defiance. It was a challenge to divine authority itself. Zeus decided that Prometheus would serve as an example to all who dared oppose the gods. Prometheus was seized and taken to a remote mountain in the Caucasus. There Zeus ordered him bound in unbreakable chains. But Zeus's punishment was far from over. The eternal torment. Each day a massive eagle, sacred to Zeus, descended upon Prometheus. It tore open his body and devoured his liver. Each night, because Prometheus was immortal, the organ regenerated, only for the torment to begin again at dawn. This cycle continued endlessly. Prometheus endured unimaginable pain, yet he never begged for mercy. He believed the suffering was worth the gift he had given humanity. Pandora and human suffering. Zeus also punished humans for Prometheus's defiance. He ordered the creation of the first woman, Pandora, and sent her to mankind with a sealed container. When Pandora opened it, suffering, illness, and despair were released into the world, balancing the gift of fire with hardship. Yet even then, hope remained. The long wait and the prophecy. While chained, Prometheus possessed secret knowledge, a prophecy that foretold Zeus's eventual downfall if he pursued a certain course. Zeus needed this knowledge, but Prometheus refused to give it freely. Centuries passed. Heracles and the end of suffering. Eventually, the great hero Heracles encountered Prometheus during his labors. With Zeus's reluctant permission, Heracles shot the eagle with an arrow and shattered Prometheus's chains. Prometheus was finally freed. In return, he revealed the prophecy to Zeus, allowing the king of the gods to avoid his fate. Balance was restored. The legacy of Prometheus. Prometheus became a symbol of sacrifice, rebellion, and progress. To the Greeks, he represented the cost of knowledge and the courage required to challenge unjust authority. Fire was not merely a flame. It was wisdom, independence, and human potential. And Prometheus paid the price so humanity could rise. The Titan who stood for humans. Prometheus did not seek worship. He did not demand praise. He chose suffering so others could thrive. His story reminds us that progress often comes at great cost, and that compassion, even in defiance, can shape the future of the world.